The recent wildfires in Los Angeles have left a path of destruction across the city, forcing thousands to evacuate and leaving many without homes. Among those affected are several well-known celebrities, many of whom have shared their heartbreak over losing properties filled with precious memories. Let's take a look at the celebrities who lost their homes in this devastating disaster. Tyra Banks. Supermodel Tyra Banks revealed that her home was lost in the fires while she was in Australia with her boyfriend, Louis Belanger Martin. She shared her heartbreak in an interview, explaining that she didn't initially tell her friends about the loss, but later broke down in tears when she returned home. Despite her loss, Tyra expressed concern for others affected by the disaster, saying many people needed support more than she did. Chad Lowe. Actor Chad Lowe also lost his home in the Pacific Palisades fire. He took to Instagram to share his feelings, expressing his sadness but also gratitude for the outpouring of support he received. Chad reassured his followers that he and his family were safe and reminded everyone to hold their loved ones close, emphasizing that home is truly where the heart is. Sarah Wright Olsen and Eric Christian Olsen. Actors and married couple Sarah Wright Olsen and Eric Christian Olsen lost their Malibu home, which had been a special place for their family. Sarah shared that their children took their first steps in the home, making the loss even more emotional. She expressed gratitude for being safe and surrounded by love, but admitted it was difficult to put the experience into words. Eric Braeden. Veteran actor Eric Braeden, best known for his role in The Young and the Restless, shared an emotional tour of his burnt-down home. The house, which he had lived in for 45 years, was reduced to rubble. Eric was devastated, explaining that he never imagined this could happen. He expressed his deep sorrow and wished his family wouldn't have to see the destruction. Nicole Le Pen. Journalist and former CNBC anchor Nicole Le Pen lost her home just 3 weeks after giving birth. She shared a heartfelt video with her newborn, reflecting on the overwhelming support from friends and family. Nicole admitted she hadn't slept much and was emotional, but she felt incredibly grateful for the kindness shown by others. Joe Lando. Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman star. Joe Lando lost everything in the fire but found support from his longtime friend and co-star Jane Seymour. Jane opened her home to Joe and his family, giving them a place to stay while they figured out their next steps. Joe shared how grateful he was to have such a strong support system and said that losing everything was a heartbreaking experience. Joshua Jackson. Actor Joshua Jackson shared that his home did not survive the fires, but he felt lucky that his family and neighbors were safe. He expressed deep sadness over losing his beautiful home, but chose to focus on the people he loved, emphasizing that they were his greatest treasure. Joshua's message was filled with hope and strength despite the loss. Sarah Levy. Schitt's Creek actress Sarah Levy wrote an emotional post about losing her home, reminiscing about the little things that made it special. From the sound of the garbage truck to the smell of rosemary in the garden, every detail held sentimental value for her. Sarah's heartfelt tribute to her home resonated with many who have experienced similar losses. Brian Greenberg and Jamie Chung. Actors Brian Greenberg and Jamie Chung confirmed that their home was destroyed in the fires. Brian shared a photo of the remains, stating that it felt like a dream. He thanked the firefighters for their hard work and encouraged others to stay safe. The couple, who have young twins, expressed their gratitude that their family was unharmed. Miles Teller and Kelly Teller. The couple lost their $7.5 million home in Pacific Palisades, which they had bought in 2023. Kelly shared a touching post with the last photo she took of their home, calling it their slice of heaven. She urged residents in the area to evacuate and expressed regret over the things she wished she had taken with her. Despite the loss, she remained hopeful that they would rebuild stronger than ever. Julia Louis-Dreyfus. The beloved Veep and Seinfeld actress saw her Palisades home completely destroyed in the wildfire. Photos confirmed the heartbreaking loss, but Julia has yet to make a public statement. Fans have expressed their support, sending love and encouragement during this difficult time. Milo Ventimiglia. This Is Us star Milo. Ventimiglia described the loss of his Malibu home as heavy. He and his pregnant wife watched in horror as the fire engulfed their property through security cameras. Despite losing everything, Milo emphasized that their priority was the safety of their unborn child, staying optimistic about starting over. John C. Reilly, the well-known actor, famous for roles in Step Brothers and Boogie Nights, lost his home in the fires. While John has yet to comment publicly, photos confirmed the destruction of his property. Friends and colleagues have shown their support, helping him through the difficult time. Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton shared emotional posts about losing her Malibu beachfront home, which held many special memories for her family. She recounted watching the destruction live on TV, describing it as a surreal and heartbreaking experience. Paris toured the remains and posted a video reflecting on the devastating loss, but remained grateful that her loved ones were safe. Anthony Hopkins. Legendary actor Anthony Hopkins also lost his Pacific Palisades home. The property had been his haven for years, and he often shared videos of himself playing the piano there. In a touching social media post, he reminded everyone that love is the only thing we truly take with us in the end. Anthony's perspective inspired many to focus on what truly matters during such challenging times. Tina Knowles. Tina Knowles, the mother of Beyoncé and Solange, has always found solace in her home, a place she called her sacred happy place. But in an emotional Instagram post, she revealed that her sanctuary was gone. Tina expressed her deep gratitude to the brave firefighters and first responders, acknowledging their efforts in preventing an even worse disaster. Despite the heartbreaking loss, she remained resilient, encouraging others to stay strong and grateful for what they still have. From music royalty to Hollywood power couples, the fires spared no one, including beloved actors Adam Brody and Leighton Meester. Adam Brody and Leighton Meester. Adam Brody and Leighton Meester, known for their roles in The O.C. and Gossip Girl, lost their Pacific Palisades home, where they lived with their two young children. Photos captured the destruction, showing their once beautiful residence reduced to ashes. The couple, who have been married for a decade, have yet to publicly comment on their loss, but sources close to them shared that they are heartbroken. Just down the road, another Hollywood couple, How I Met Your Mother star Cobie Smulders and actor-comedian Taran Killam, faced a similar tragedy. Cobie Smulders and Taran Killam. Cobie Smulders and Taran Killam's home, where they raised their two daughters, was among those consumed by the fire. The couple had enjoyed years of cherished memories in their Pacific Palisades residence, making the loss especially painful. Although they haven't spoken out publicly, close friends revealed that they are focusing on their family and leaning on their support system. While some stars have kept quiet, others, like Ricki Lake, have shared their grief openly. Ricki Lake. TV personality and actress Ricki Lake took to Instagram with a heart-wrenching post, revealing the loss of her Malibu dream home. Calling it heaven on earth, Ricki shared how she and her husband had envisioned growing old there. In her emotional post, she expressed gratitude for the firefighters who fought tirelessly, while also mourning the memories made in the home, including their wedding just 3 years ago. A short drive away in Malibu, another Hollywood veteran, Jeff Bridges, faced a similar loss. Jeff Bridges. Oscar-winning actor Jeff Bridges, known for his roles in The Big Lebowski and Crazy Heart, confirmed that the Malibu home he shared with his family was completely destroyed. The property, which he inherited with his siblings, held generations of memories. Despite the loss, Jeff has remained positive, focusing on rebuilding and encouraging others to stay strong during this difficult time. His resilience is echoed by fellow actor John Goodman, who also saw his beloved home reduced to rubble. John Goodman. Actor John Goodman's Pacific Palisades home was demolished in the wildfire, adding to the growing list of celebrity homes lost in the disaster. While Goodman has not publicly spoken about the loss, those close to him say he's devastated but thankful for the safety of his family. The loss of personal treasures and decades of memories weighs heavy, but Goodman remains focused on moving forward. Meanwhile, Mel Gibson, who was away filming during the fires, faced the destruction from afar. Mel Gibson. While filming in Austin, Texas, Mel Gibson received the devastating news that his Malibu home had been destroyed. In an emotional interview, he reflected on the loss of personal belongings, family photographs, treasured keepsakes, and years of memories. However, Gibson was relieved to hear that his loved ones and even his chickens had safely evacuated. "These are just things," he said, emphasizing that family and health are what truly matter. Like Gibson, Barbara Corcoran is another celebrity using her platform to focus on helping others affected by the fires. Barbara Corcoran. The Shark Tank star and real estate mogul, Barbara Corcoran lost her home in the tightly knit Tahitian terrace community in Malibu. Heartbroken for her neighbors, many of whom are seniors who invested their life savings into their homes, Barbara set up a GoFundMe page to help rebuild their lives. She described the destruction as gut-wrenching, but expressed hope in the strength of their community. Across town, another Hollywood legend, Billy Crystal, shared his devastation over losing a home filled with a lifetime of memories. Billy Crystal. Billy Crystal and his wife Janice lost their beloved Pacific Palisades home, where they had lived since 1979. They raised their children and grandchildren there, filling it with love and laughter over the decades. In a heartfelt statement, Billy expressed his heartbreak but also his deep appreciation for the community's support. He believes that, in time, Pacific Palisades will rise from the ashes, stronger than before. While Billy Crystal's memories spanned decades, Anna Faris had to say goodbye to the home where she built a life with her family. Anna Faris. Actress Anna Faris lost her home in Pacific Palisades, but thankfully, she and her family are safe. Anna's representative shared that she is heartbroken but remains grateful for the support of friends and fans. With her signature optimism, Anna is focusing on staying positive and finding a new place to call home. While Anna processes the loss, Jennifer Grey is navigating a similar heartbreak after losing her cherished home. Jennifer Grey. Dirty Dancing star. Jennifer Grey's home was burned to the ground, as confirmed by her daughter Stella Gregg on Instagram. Stella reassured fans that Jennifer and their beloved dog were safe, but the loss of their home has been overwhelming. Jennifer later shared her feelings, describing the experience as one of those things where life suddenly jumps a track, leaving her struggling to come to terms with the sudden change. Eugene Levy, another beloved actor, also found himself grappling with the reality of the fire's destruction. Eugene Levy. Schitt's Creek star Eugene Levy shared his terrifying experience of being stuck in thick smoke as he tried to evacuate his home. Photos later confirmed that his Pacific Palisades property was completely destroyed. His son, Dan Levy, expressed his heartbreak and concern for all those affected, urging people to come together during this crisis. Like Levy, Harvey Guillen found solace in his loved ones after losing his home. Harvey Guillen. Actor Harvey Guillen posted an emotional video showing the remains of his home, vowing to rebuild one step at a time. He thanked his family and friends for helping him pick up the pieces and remained hopeful about the future. While some stars focused on rebuilding, others, like Bozoma St. John, used their platforms to reflect on what the loss meant to them personally. Bozoma St. John. Marketing executive and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Bozoma St. John shared a heartfelt message about losing her home. She described it as the place where she finally felt like she could be herself, and expressed deep grief over its destruction. Despite the loss, she remains committed to moving forward with strength and resilience. And the young and the restless star, Melissa Claire Egan, faced an especially heartbreaking situation. Melissa Claire Egan. Melissa Claire Egan had just purchased her dream home in Malibu 2 weeks before the fires swept through and destroyed it. Though she hadn't yet moved in, the loss was devastating. In an emotional Instagram post, she expressed shock and sadness but thanked everyone for their support. Cameron Matheson. Soap star Cameron Matheson shared a heartbreaking video of his destroyed home, showing little more than ashes and debris. His home, where he and his wife raised their children and planned for their future, was gone. Despite the devastation, Cameron expressed gratitude that his family was safe. He thanked his friends and fans for their support, saying, "Sending so many prayers to everyone being affected by these fires." Molly Baz. Celebrity chef Molly Baz revealed the loss of her home with a poignant Instagram post, sharing the last photo she took of her son before the fire destroyed everything. She later reflected on the emotional toll in her newsletter, describing the overwhelming grief and gratitude she felt. While she struggles with the loss, she remains hopeful about rebuilding one day. Interior designer Leanne Ford, who had recently moved into her dream home, faced a similar heartbreak. Leanne Ford. Leanne Ford, known for her work on HGTV, had just received the keys to her new rustic canyon home 3 weeks before the fire consumed it. In an emotional post, she asked for prayers and expressed her deep sadness over losing the place she and her husband Eric had been so excited to settle into. Despite the loss, Leanne focused on finding peace in the chaos, offering hope to others experiencing the same heartbreak. Another celebrity who experienced the loss firsthand, comedian Pete Lee, watched his home burn live on TV. Pete Lee. While preparing for his appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Pete Lee saw his home engulfed in flames on live television. "That's my house," he told a friend while watching the news coverage. Pete spoke about the emotional experience during his interview, calling it surreal and difficult to process. For YouTube creators Colin Rosenblum and Samir Chaudhry, the fire couldn't have come at a worse time. Colin and Samir, popular YouTubers. Colin Rosenblum and Samir Chaudhry announced they had lost their homes just as both of their wives were expecting children. In a heartfelt Instagram post, they expressed the overwhelming weight of the loss, but reassured fans that their family's safety was their top priority. They also mentioned taking a break from creating content to focus on rebuilding. From influencers to musicians, the wildfire's reach extended far and wide, including rapper Harry Mack. Freestyle rapper Harry Mack shared the devastating news that his home had been lost, joining the growing list of affected families. Despite his grief, Harry expressed gratitude for the safety of his loved ones and extended his support to others affected by the disaster. He assured fans that he would persevere through the difficult time. Another music icon, producer Madlib, faced the heartbreaking loss of not just his home, but decades of irreplaceable work. Madlib's team took to social media to ask for support, revealing that the legendary producer had lost his home and countless pieces of music and equipment. The fire wiped out years of hard work and creativity, leaving him and his team devastated. Despite the setback, they remain hopeful about starting over. For some, like Candy Spelling, the loss was not just a house but a lifetime of memories. Candy Spelling, widow of TV producer Aaron Spelling, confirmed that her beloved Malibu beachfront home of 50 years had been destroyed. She expressed shock at the loss and gratitude for the wonderful memories made there. Though she had considered selling it in the past, she had ultimately decided to keep it, making the sudden destruction even more difficult to process. Similarly, songwriter Diane Warren had to say goodbye to her home of 30 years. Diane Warren shared an emotional post about losing her beach house, which she had owned for nearly 3 decades. The home held significant sentimental value, as it was a place she connected with loved ones and found inspiration for her music. Despite the loss, she found solace in the fact that her rescue animals were safe. Jane Aiko also expressed the deep emotional impact of losing her home, where she had raised her children. Jane Aiko. Singer Jane Aiko shared heart-wrenching photos of her home engulfed in flames, calling it a place I worked so hard to provide for my children. She spoke about the pain of losing everything inside, from precious memories to sentimental belongings. Despite her grief, she focused on moving forward and keeping her children safe. For actress Denise Crosby, the fire took away her only home, the one she had poured her heart into. Denise Crosby. Star Trek actress Denise Crosby mourned the loss of her Spanish-style cottage, where she had raised her son and built a life filled with joy. In an emotional post, she described the heartbreaking scene of everything she had built reduced to ashes. Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag, known for their reality TV fame, also lost their home and shared an emotional message with their followers. Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag. Reality TV couple Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag revealed on TikTok that their worst nightmare had come true. Their home was gone. Heidi thanked their fans for their thoughts and prayers, while Spencer found a small moment of hope in the ashes. He shared an image of their son's bed burned in the shape of a heart, saying it was a sign of the love their home once held. Stylist Maeve Riley also experienced a devastating loss but acted quickly to help her family and pets. Maeve Riley. Maeve Riley, known for styling celebrities like Ava Longoria, lost everything in the fire. She recounted the terrifying moments of evacuating her home while flames closed in, sharing that she had to drive to Beverly Hills to get her in-laws to safety. Though she is still processing the loss, Maeve remains grateful that her loved ones are safe. Celebrity hairstylist Jen Atkin also faced the overwhelming reality of losing her home, but focused on her gratitude. Jen Atkin. Jen Atkin shared the heartbreaking loss of her home on social media, posting images of her evacuation and the items she wished she had saved, including sentimental pieces from her grandmother. She reminded her followers to focus on what truly matters: their loved ones and community support. The devastation caused by the Los Angeles wildfires has been unimaginable, but through tragedy, stories of strength, love, and community support continue to emerge. If you want to stay updated on their journeys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay informed about upcoming videos.